So Roscommon 16 points, Dublin 122 at Dr. Hyde Park. Dublin have ran out 9-point winners in this game, in the opening game, of course, of the National Football League. And we've seen this game 100 times with Dublin. Really, it was very, very comfortable. Roscommon never really posed too much of a threat. I think both teams were really going through the motions. I think both teams really kind of knew the outcome of the game really after Costello dispatched that first penalty. Of course, it was really dead and buried from there. And Dublin showed their experience throughout this game to see off the threat, of course, of Roscommon, who certainly, without doubt, posed a couple of problems. They certainly went down fighting, without doubt. It wasn't a case like some other games we've seen this weekend where some teams have kind of thrown in the towel. I think, to be fair to Roscommon, they really, really fought hard. They worked very hard indeed. But Dublin, just with the experience, with the likes of Costello, fantastic, scoring 113. What a phenomenal performance from Costello today, despite missing two penalties, and it's kind of crazy because Dublin set such high standards in Gaelic football over the past couple of years, and within that panel, and Desi Farrell, I'm sure at home, is probably watching and looking and thinking, if that was Dean Rock, would he have missed two penalties? And it's kind of the harsh reality. Like, Cormac Costello had a phenomenal game, but I'm sure he will be ruined those two penalty misses, and he'll be absolutely massively disappointed with those penalty misses. And some other fantastic performance as well. Very impressed with Tom Lahiff, a cornerback. I thought he done very bright indeed. And even in the midfield, the likes of Brian Fenton and James McCarthy doing their part as always. And Dublin in the end running out comfortable 9-point winners. And this is the match reaction, of course, here on GA Fan TV. So do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get straight into it. What's the story, lads? Welcome back to GA Fan TV. Dublin have, of course, ran out 9-point winners over Roscommon at Dr. Hyde Park. And this is, of course, my match reaction where I share my thoughts and opinions on the games. And, of course, breaking down this win for Dublin, running out 9-point winners, of course, at Dr. Hyde Park. And we'll see here a graphic from the Scorpio app, of course, looking at the Dublin players that played today and the scores as well. And you'll see there Cormac Costello with 113. Phenomenal performance once again from Cormac Costello, coming back into the team as well. Obviously Dean Rock is the man who holds that number 15 shirt normally. He's the free kick taker. He's the main man. And look, listen, Dean Rock is getting a bit older. He's in his early 30s now, I think, and he probably is catching on a bit. And maybe Desi Farrell's kind of looking at it and thinking, we need to freshen up the team and bring Cormac Costello in, give him a bit of game time, give him some matches. Of course, we also seen Michael Shield make his debut, of course, in goal as well. Very impressive performance as well. There was one moment, I think, where there was a looping ball and he had to just catch it from going over the post or potentially looping in the goal, and I thought that was a fantastic save. So great to see him come into the side, get a game, of course, as well. And similarly to what I was saying with Costello, I think Desi Farrell just testing a few different things out in the National League. And of course, obviously with Cormac Costello and Michael Shield, usually you'd have, of course, Stephen Cluxton and Dean Rock in those positions. So, very, very impressive indeed. No points for Con O'Callaghan, which was a bit of a surprise, a little bit of a quieter game from him. Paddy Small hit 2 points as well. Impressive stuff. Darragh Mullen, who came into the side, hitting a point. And there was a few new players, obviously, in that team. The likes of Sean McMahon. Tom Lahiff played a couple of games, of course, last year. But normally with his club, he plays more around midfield or at least a wing-back, not a cornerback. So impressive stuff from Tom Lahiff coming in there. You can tell that, obviously, Desi Farrell is trying to make a couple of changes. He's trying to test a few different things out ahead of, obviously, the championship. And I think with this game, it was one of those games for Dublin where Roscommon do pose a lot of threats, and I thought Enda Smith and Donny Smith started the game very brightly. They had that early chance, of course, where was it German Murta who fisted the ball onto the post from the pass from Cathal Craig. So that was an early chance for Roscommon, and if that had gone in, who knows, it might have been a different game. But I thought Dublin dealt with Roscommon defensively in the second half very, very well. Struggled a little bit in the opening 5 to 10 minutes, but once they settled into the game, I thought they were brilliant. Davy Byrne, of course, as well. Looking through Roscommon and some of their scorers on the day, Donny Smith with 6, Kieran Murta coming back into the team, hitting 6 points as well. Enda Smith and Dermot Murta with a point. A couple of black cards in there. Brian Stack, obviously, with that black card in the first half for bringing down the opposing man. He was just outside the box, but of course the new rule that's been brought in bow hurling and Gaelic football, I don't think a lot of people realise it was in Gaelic football as well. But of course, if there is a cynical foul committed in Gaelic football, even outside the box, of course, it will be given as a penalty as long as it is reckless and deemed as a goal scoring opportunity. So that's the reason why that was given a penalty. And same with the Fergal Lennon one, of course, the punch in the second half. And it's an interesting one. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. He's way out, the end line, of course. It's nowhere near, of course, in the square. So it was an interesting one that, of course, he gave the penalty. But, of course, that is the new rule. Cormac Costello dispatching one of the penalties brilliantly, hit the post with the other one, and then the other one was blazed over the bar. Didn't make a difference, of course, in the end, but I'm sure for Cormac Costello would be disappointed. If he had a finish with 3:13, he would have beaten David Clifford's record from yesterday, who hit 3-6, albeit 3 of them are penalties and whatnot. But at the same time, it just would have been a bit of a statement maybe from Cormac Costello. But yeah, look, I thought Roscommon conducted themselves very well at the start of the game. They were breaking very, very fast. You had the likes of your Cathal Craigs, your Kieran Murtaghs running through Dublin and certainly causing a couple of problems. And Dublin certainly had to get to the speed of the game. The likes of Eddie Nolan as well was quite bright as well, hitting a point, and Niall Daly. And Roscommon, the only kind of problem was just a bit of indiscipline, giving away too many frees. And I know a lot of people are saying at the moment with Gaelic football and hurling that the referees give too many frees, but there were just a little bit of indiscipline here, and whether it was rustiness or whatnot, it was just certainly 1 or 2 fouls, and it just allowed the likes of Cormac Costello to just hit over comfortable points and kind of build up a lead. And once Dublin had that comfortable lead, realistically, you had a situation, of course, where Dublin were always going to see this game out. They were always going to control it with their midfield, with Fenton, McCarthy and whatnot as well. From a Dublin point of view, I thought it was great to see Colin Basquel and Ryan Basquel on the pitch. 2 very good players at club level with Ballybold and St Enda's. And because of Dublin's, just because they've so many forwards and so much attack and threat throughout the pitch and the squad down the years, these are 2 lads that haven't got enough game time, especially Ryan Basquel anyway. So to see him come off the bench for the final 4 minutes was nice to see. You'd Eric Lowndes, Conor McHugh coming off the bench as well, Patter Byrne coming off the bench. So nice to see a lot of those lads getting game time from a Dublin point of view. No Kieran Archer in the squad. Maybe he's potentially just going to be in a development squad for this year. I'm not too sure, but in the end, Dublin certainly didn't need him. They've so much talent across the board. Kieran Kilkenny doing his usual part as well, hitting 4 points. Very bright stuff indeed. And Robbie McDade at times getting forward. Very impressive, especially from the wing-back position. He's really made that position his own now, obviously, since Jack McCaffrey, of course, opted out last year. Robbie McDade came in, played a phenomenal year, of course, last year in that position. And, of course, fantastic, of course, in this game as well. So, yeah, that obviously sets up a very interesting game next week now at Thurles between Dublin and Kerry, both on 2 points. The winner will undoubtedly, of course, get a league semi-final. That will very much be confirmed. Both Dublin and Kerry probably only need 1 more victory to guarantee that. For both Roscommon and Galway, it's going to be very interesting to see how that one goes, of course, as well. Galway, I'm sure, will want to bounce back after that very heavy defeat yesterday to Kerry. And if Roscommon conduct themselves in a similar manner to this game and just kind of iron out some of those indisciplines, giving away some soft frees and whatnot, and with the Murtaghs getting back up to speed, Cathal Craig as well, no Conor Cox, of course, in the side as well. He didn't start anyway, so still a lot of positives to take for Roscommon, of course, in this opening Allianz National Football League game. But Dublin, of course, running out comfortable 9-point winners in the end. So do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more match reactions, fan interviews, podcasts, everything coming soon over the next couple of days. I'm very close now to 1,000 subscribers. I think 2 or 3 subscribers away, and it's been quite a journey to 1k. It really, really has. But we're very close now. So if you are new, hit the subscribe button, and I'd very much appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll speak to you soon.